people call homos. And mostly, Honorable Speaker, there were students who were from urban centers because, Honorable Speaker, I went to school in the rural schools. And that time, Honorable Speaker, we used to hear they are homos, and we really never used to take keen interest because we used to fear them. But Honorable Speaker, over the years, human rights organizations have helped in promoting this practice of homosexuality and lesbianism. If you talk to people working for Kenya Human Rights Commission, you will find that there are some desks that are receiving funding from foreign bodies, and silently there are the people who are, supporting people who have been found to be involved in gay and lesbianism, and they support them through court processes. And over the years, this thing is becoming a big thing, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, just to give you an example about how this thing is very serious, among the international superpowers, most of our superpowers are very soft on this matter. The US, the UK, Germany. Honorable Speaker, the former Prime Minister of Iceland was openly gay. The current Prime Minister of Luxembourg is openly gay. The Prime Minister of Serbia, Honorable Speaker, is gay. Actually, she's lesbian. Honorable Speaker, the Prime Minister of Ireland, as we talk, is also gay. So, Honorable Speaker, this thing is very serious, and it calls for governments, African governments, to be very firm and to be very vicious, the way Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is doing in Uganda. And so I want to urge our government, because this motion has been presented to us by an MP in government. We want to urge government to be very serious. This is a time when we need a strong presidency to say no, because some of these superpowers that are promoting gay and lesbianism are also the people that we are rushing to beg for resources. You know that, Honorable Speaker, that the government is begging a lot of money from these people. Now, if you go to beg money from these people and they tell you, go back and be soft on these gays and lesbianism, you will be soft.
Atandi, I don't know where the government is begging from these people.
Honorable Speaker, the government is looking for money everywhere. The president has been has been on air every day looking for money to run government. So this is the reality, Honorable Speaker. So and he is not visiting African countries. He's visiting European countries that are some of the leaders are gay. So we want to urge the presidency, the temporary presidency, to be at least very firm now, because if for the moment that they are in power, Honorable Speaker, they might mess us up, and we might end up having a country that members are complaining about. So that's the message I wanted to pass, Honorable Speaker. This is a very important motion, which we must, as Kenyans, rally behind this issue of, rally against this issue of gays and lesbianism, because it's affecting us. It's affecting me. In another way, it will affect you, because when these people, like Honorable Donya has rightly said, when these people, kids are writing letters to each other, and they're saying, I love you, people of the same sex, it is something which we cannot entertain. And this is a time we don't want to have a president that is very weak, that instead of standing with us against this vice, is roaming around the world begging for money. This idea of begging for money from these people must stop.
What sort of order?
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Speaker, is it in order for the honorable member to say that we have a temporary president, and then he says this president is roaming about marketing LGBTQ, looking for money? I think the context must be put, and I think honorable member should withdraw his remark. This president is the president of the Republic of Kenya. He is here as an MP because the president is the one who called. The first time this parliament sat, it was called by that president, and he came here to be sworn in on the basis of the Gazette notice that was issued by the president. I would like the honorable member to withdraw that remark that we have a president who was sworn in to serve 5 years. That is one. Two, this president is not roaming about anywhere. He's very clear about LGBTQ. And you heard his statement when he talked about it. And even when this constitution was going, people are going around marketing the present constitution, he stood his ground and said, this constitution might do this and that. So President William Ruto is very clear that he does not support, he will not condone, and he will not allow this country to be blackmailed by any sovereign because of issues of LGBTQ. So I would like this honorable member, my friend, and I respect him because he has a high intelligence than others. I think he's bringing himself down. Down. Please withdraw that remark, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Atandi, you could make your point.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Atandi, order. You could make your point without, this side show subtitles. I would now request you to withdraw the statement about temporary presidency and the president going around begging.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. And Honorable Speaker, sometimes I wonder why you people want to force me to believe in your theories. Because you know very well, Honorable Speaker, that the fact that you have been sworn in as the President of Kenya does not mean you will be there forever. You can be removed tomorrow. So we are planning to remove the President of Kenya on 20th. So why do you want to force me to believe that he will be there after 20th?
Order, Honorable Atandi. Order. Order.
Honorable Speaker, let me say that the President has been lukewarm on this issue of gay and lesbianism. He has been lukewarm, and that's a fact.
Order, members. Order. The Honorable Atandi, you shall withdraw the statement that the President is a temporary President. No,
Honorable Speaker, I withdraw the statement but replace it by saying that the President is not permanent. He is not permanent, but he is not temporary. He is not permanent, and that office can be occupied by anybody anytime.
Well done. I think you've done.
So, Honorable Speaker, what I wanted to add, Honorable Speaker, is that the presidency has been lukewarm on this issue. Even when you saw, and Honorable Speaker, allow me to give out this point, that the Supreme Court ruling, that decision that was made is the reason we're having this conversation. If Supreme Court did not make this particular ruling, we will not be here. And who is Supreme Court? Supreme Court is a branch of the presidency. Because those are people who are getting orders from State House on what to do. That one we know. So by reference, I want to say that decision of the Supreme Court emanated from the presidency. And that's the reason why I'm saying that.
Point of order is very clear. The honorable member said he has a high IQ. And
order, Honorable Baya.
Yes.
Honorable Atandi, you go to take your seat. Honorable Atandi, you take your seat. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, we know, and even a class 4 person knows that the three arms of government, the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. There is a head of the judiciary, the Chief Justice, who, if you say today, and the standing orders prohibit us from discussing members of the judiciary, you cannot say that the Honorable Chief Justice now takes orders from the President. It is a travesty of democracy and the standing orders of this House. You shall not stand here and discuss the person of the Chief Justice as one who takes orders from the presidency or from the president, and also say that the judiciary is part of the presidency, unless you live in another Jerusalem.
Thank you. Honorable Atandi, you can make your point.
Honorable Speaker, the Constitution anticipates a situation where Parliament, judiciary, and executive are all independent institutions. But in practice, this is not the situation. Honorable Speaker, it has been reported, and the Supreme Court, the President of the Supreme Court, has been reported, marketing bottom-up policies of this regime. And this is something which has been reported in the media. So how is somebody who is supposed to preside over an independent institution reportedly marketing and saying we are in a regime of bottom-up...
Order. You are completely out of order, Honorable Atandi. Out of order completely. If you want to discuss the person of the Chief Justice, you must bring us a motion to be approved by the Speaker. Would you now wind up your, contribution on this matter?
Yeah,
you've denied me. Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for your wisdom, allowing me to make my points from my mind. And let me say, Honorable Speaker, as I wind up, that this country must be awake. And we must know that there are some things that we cannot play with. This question of gay and lesbianism is a question that I would describe as fire. And this fire is going to burn this country, is going to burn the social fabric of this country. And if we are not careful, we are not going to have a country. We are not going to have children who have been brought up properly, and we are not going to have families. And therefore, I want to urge people who are purportedly holding instruments of power that you must act and save us for the time being. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Is the honorable member for Samburu East in the House?
Ya, asante Bwana Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi pia ningependa kuchangia hoja hii, na nashukuru ndugu yangu mbunge wa Nyali kwa kuleta hoja hii. Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kusema ya kwamba sisi tukiwa wananchi wa Kenya tunaongozwa na desturi yetu, mila yetu ya Kiafrika na hata dini zetu. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, kitabu takatifu ya Mungu, Biblia inasema ya kwamba mmoja mwanamke atatoka kwa wazazi wake na mwanaume atatoka kwa wazazi wake na kuungana na kuwa mwili moja. Na nafikiri Mheshimiwa Spika, sisi watu wa Kenya tunakaa katika kuongozwa na neno la Mungu, na hata wala pengine hawaamini mambo ya dini, kuna mila ya Afrika ambaye inatuongoza. Na ningependa kusema ya kwamba sisi tukiwa viongozi ni mzuri sana tuweze kusimama na kupinga yale ambayo tunaletewa na zile nchi za nje, na hata ikiwezekana, Mheshimiwa Spika, maana wale watu ambao wanaingia kwa nchi yetu ndio wanayotuletea mambo haya. Na nafikiri ni sawa hata wale ambao wageni wanakuja kwa njia ya kutusaidia, ni mzuri hasa ijulikane wanakuja kwa sababu gani. Kwa sababu Mheshimiwa Spika, Kenya hii inategemea Mungu. Sisi hatutegemei hata msaada kutoka nje, maana Mungu mwenyewe anajua vile wananchi wa Kenya wataishi. Na ninashukuru kwa Mheshimiwa Rais wa Kenya kwa sababu kusema kweli alisimama na akanena na akatoa maoni yake. Na sisi tukiwa viongozi, nafikiri ni vema zaidi tuweze kuungana pamoja, tupinge yale ambayo tunaletewa tunaona haina maana kwa jamii zetu. Watoto wetu wale ambao wanasoma, hata wale hawasomi, tunahitaji tuweze kulelewa hawa kwa njia ambaye ni mzuri na hata inapendeza jamii na pamoja na kupendeza Mungu. Mheshimiwa Spika, hii mambo nimejaribu kukaa kufikiria hata kwa lugha yangu mwenyewe. Usagaji ni nini? Mimi nilishindwa, hata sijui nitaambia watu usagaji ni nini, maana hakuna kwa mila za Afrika. Nafikiri ni jambo ambaye inastua kabisa, na tukishikana pamoja sheria iweze kuwekwa vizuri, na hata yale ambaye pengine kuna mwenye ambaye hata imekujia kwa kotini, sisi tukiwa bunge la kitaifa ni vema kabisa tuweze kuangalia kwa nini judges wamepata mwenye ya kuleta namna hiyo. Nafikiri kwa katiba yetu ni mzuri tuangalie mahali ambaye haikai vizuri. Kwa hivyo ninaunga mkono hoja ambayo imeletwa na Mheshimiwa Wanyali. Hiyo ni jambo ambaye inafaa tusimame pamoja na tuweze kuelekeza ili wananchi wetu waweze kujua ya kwamba msimamo hata ya bunge hili ni hii. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, nafikiri mambo ambayo tukijaribu kuwasa na kuwasua ni jambo ngumu kabisa. Ati ya kwamba kuna kikundi ya watu ambayo wale wenye wamepeleka hata hiyo hoja kotini, sijui walipataje nafasi ya kuwa katika nchi ya Kenya, kwa sababu hata jamii zingine wakijua mambo kama hiyo, hawa watu hawataweza kuishi kwa mahali ambayo wako. Na kwa sababu hii ni jambo hata dini kwa njia ingine, niliwahi sikia kuna dini hata inataka kulete kitu kama hiyo, na nafikiri inastahili kuchunguzwa. Hata dini imekuwa na mambo mengi sana, Mheshimiwa Spika, na yale ambayo wanaweza kuunga mkono mambo hiyo ya ushoga na usagaji inatakana wasiwe katika nchi ya Kenya. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi naunga mkono kabisa hiyo hoja hiyo ya kwamba tusimame pamoja ili tuweze kuelekeza nchi yetu kwa tabia ambaye mzuri ambaye inaweza kutusaidia. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Thank you. Kuria East.